There's something special about creating a space where your guests instantly feel welcomed. Today, I'm giving our guest bedroom a modern, organic refresh. I'd like to thank Two Pages Curtains for sponsoring today's video and for sharing how quality window treatments can completely elevate a bedroom while creating a warm, relaxing retreat for family and friends. The drapes that I'm going to be replacing. This has been like this for, I don't know how many years as far as like the drapes. These blinds are so old. You had those type of blinds where you wound it up. Old. And look, and this, right? Thank God we don't have little kids, but we do have grandkids, and I don't want nobody getting hurt with that, right? So going to be replacing those with Roman shades and putting some beautiful drapes up here. I cannot wait. And do some touch-up paint as well. So I cannot wait to share that with you guys. Be upgrading this little nook area. I call it a nook area because it's kind of like recessed. See that? Well, I love this little area. I always had like a dresser here, but guests never used it. So I started collecting like, extras, like extra towels and things, or anything I see on clearance, I would, throw it in there. And I'm trying to declutter my home. So I got rid of the dresser. I didn't want a dresser here because, guests didn't use it. But I did find the perfect desk to put in this area off of Facebook Marketplace. You guys are not going to believe how much I paid for it. So I'm going to show you that in a bit. But yeah, this is the before, you guys. I'm also thinking of upgrading these closet doors. It's such a large door. It's a double door. But I know that I could do something better than what we have here. So I'm thinking of upgrading that as well. But before I start anything, I've got to clean this chandelier ASAP. Today we're getting new windows. If you guys have seen my office video, you saw where our windows have this beautiful fog on the window. Now, all the years we've been living here, over time, this has been happening to all of the windows in our home, with the exception of a few. And we noticed, or we found out, that all of our windows don't have a seal. Either the seal failed or we don't have a seal. One window expert told us we don't have a seal. So we've been replacing all of the windows in our home. We have 32 windows in our home. Half of them are done, and we're getting 4 more installed today, including in this room. And it's been a nightmare with the cost of replacing these windows. So the thing is, you can't clean it. I know some of you may say, well, just clean it. No, you can't clean it. You just can't clean it because it's trapped between the glass and the panes, and that's just the moisture that causes the fog. You could probably even see some of the moisture. It's just, crazy. And if you don't replace it, eventually, it will lead to the rain and the moisture just seeping down into the walls, causing rot, and then you have a whole another issue. Ask me how I know, because we had the windows in our kitchen replaced, and we had like the whole bottom part was all rotted. Like in the kitchen, it was all rotted, and there was carpenter ants. It was a nightmare, you guys. It was a nightmare. So I am very excited about getting these windows replaced today. So they should be here in about an hour or so, and I'll film some of that once they get here. The guys did a fantastic job. They were so quick. It must have taken them like 15 minutes to take it out and put it in all together, but they did a wonderful job. So this will be the view for whoever is sitting in the bed and want to open the blinds. They can now see out the window. And what leads to it next is putting up some beautiful drapery. This portion of the video is sponsored by Two Pages Curtains, and I am definitely not a stranger to the brand. I partnered with them a few months back on transforming our master bedroom and our master bath with their beautiful drapes. And when they reached out to me to partner with them again, of course I said yes. One of the biggest design upgrades that's going to take place in this room is definitely going to be the window treatments. I'm truly convinced that these curtains from Two Pages Curtains will instantly soften the space and add that perfect modern organic feel. Hooks and adjustable hooks are included, but your rod and your rings are not included. I also got Roman shades, linen cotton deco fold, and they're cordless and rechargeable, and they also have the solar option if you like that. The Roman shade package also includes brackets and screw sets, and of course the instructions. Charging cable is included along with the power adapter. FYI, charging takes about 6 to 8 hours. On their website, the choices are endless. The process was very user-friendly and very customizable. This time I went with linen cotton for that modern organic look and feel. But I still wanted to keep this room light and airy, so I chose ivory beige in a triple pleat. You can choose the exact fabric measurements, and you can also choose your lining type. I'll explain later why I chose a different lining than I did the last time. You have your choice of matching tiebacks or not, and you also have a choice of body memory shape, which I chose for sure. I wanted something to complement everything that was going on in the room, so I chose to add border trim. They have 64 styles to choose from. You guys know I'm normally a Greek key girl, but I wanted something different this time, so I went with a pattern called Leafy Blue, which is just absolutely stunning. On their website, they have 9 different types of styles of Roman shades. Everything from plain ones to flat fold to motorization. You name it, they have it. I chose the cordless patty linen deco fold Roman shade. Installing the Roman shades is fairly easy. It usually takes about 15 to 20 minutes per shade, and you just need basic tools like a drill, a pencil, and a tape measure. Follow the mark and screw. Now he's programming the motorized shades, which is really quite simple and user-friendly. Just follow the instructions that comes with the shades. What I love most about Two Pages Curtains is the custom quality appearance. I mean, just look at it. Aren't they beautiful? The neutral fabric, the light filtering for that soft glow, and the elegant fullness that makes the room feel actually taller. These drapes are timeless, and they work with almost any decor in my opinion. This is such an easy way to make a room look professionally designed. So now, instead of this window being an afterthought, it has become one of the room's focal points. The reason why I chose linen over silk like I did in our master, because I love linen and I love silk for different rooms, right? So this room, although it's glam, but it's also casual. As far as me choosing linen for this space, as you can see, this room only has one window, but it's a very large window. I love that, but I also love to have some light filtering through. That's why I chose not to get blackout on the Roman shade, and I didn't get blackout on the drapes as well, because I want light to filter through. I want to share how you can use the remote to put them up. Before, it was kind of, before I had the blinds that, the wood blinds, which it will let some light in. What I like about this is I could let all the light in if I wanted to, and it goes almost to the top, right? But you can still let light come through. So let me close part of the drape and leave the Roman shade up so you can see the difference. As you can see, you can still see light filtering through with the blinds. You can still see the light filtering through the drapes, which I like. So it gives you like a soft shadow, but nothing too harsh. But you can still see out the window. I got a beautiful crepe myrtle tree that's about to lose all of their little blooms, but when they're in full bloom, it is such a beautiful tree. And, that's part of, having a nice view. But that's what I love about having drapes that are nice, organic. It just adds to the feel. I'm adding a desk in this nook area instead of storage, because having storage there was just a place for me to add more clutter into my life that I don't need. So I went on a hunt to Goodwill and came across this desk. The problem was it was a little too small and a little too narrow, but I did love the vintage style and the price was just right. Then I went on to Facebook Marketplace and came across this beauty. $40, you guys. It was the perfect size. It was the perfect height. Regular price, $426 on Amazon. No thanks. Honestly, I love the desk as is, the raw, the natural, the organic look of it, but I also love painted furniture, so I had some decisions to make. These are the colors that I chose. I was so on the fence about what to paint this piece. At first I didn't want to paint it at all, but then I'm like, okay, I'm trying to bring the organic feel into the room, but it's hard to do that if you don't have wood tones kind of like leveled out throughout the room, and I don't have wood tones in there. It's very calm and cool colors that are in the room. So these are the colors that I'm trying to choose. I wanted to do like a two-tone, have the desk one color and then have the drawer fronts in a different color but in the same color. That makes sense. And then here are the hardware that I wanted to use. I'm short one. I think that would look pretty good here. I don't know, you guys let me know in the comments. I'm just so on the fence, but it's an easy change out, right? This I love. You guys know I'm a gold girl and I love gold. I love this on this as well with the wood. That's what I'm struggling with, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and paint it with some chalk paint. You know what? I'm just noticing that this piece is missing. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this. Not a showstopper. I can either remove it or just leave it and just maybe put, I have a lamp that I'm going to be using, like a small little shelf lamp that I'm going to be using on top of this. So I think I may just do that. You guys know I love a good chalk paint, and I love this paint because it's good for wood, metal, or plastics. And this color is like a light blue, gray blue color. And what I like about it is that it reflects a good amount of light because there's only one window in that space, but I just love it. It's beautiful. And the reason why I love using chalk paint is because it's so forgivable. When it dries, it may look a little rough at first, but then you add a second coat and it's just so forgiving and it's very easy to work with. Of course, I could have stopped on the outside, but I wanted to add some personality to the inside. You guys know I love painting the inside of any piece of furniture that has a drawer. It's a nice surprise when you open the drawer. And this color is called Dusk. It's by Waverly, and I got it from Walmart for $7. Bluebirds with the metal pulls are from Hobby Lobby, and I love the curved design with the white background and the bluebird illustration against the desk. I wasn't too thrilled about them, so I went back and got, you guessed it, I added the gold knobs. I was on the fence with the bird knobs. I think I'm going to use those for another project because I absolutely love them, but I love these two for this desk. You may remember when I made a trip to Marshall's and I came across this scallop chair that I absolutely love for my bathroom vanity, but I thought this chair would be perfect with the desk. But the reviews on it was that the chair was kind of hard. I didn't sit on this chair, but that's what the reviews said. So I went back to see what I could find and I found her. I'm always looking for a decent chair and I came across this one. palettes on clearance for $119, and as a matter of fact, all of them are $119. I think this is a good price for what I'm looking for. Of course, I gotta get the blue. I love how this little nook area came together. It has a soft, traditional, modern, organic style with a touch of a feminine feel. The muted blue and the gray paint finish just coordinates beautifully with my lovely, calm blue and cream palette. There's something about chalk painting a piece of furniture. I love when the wood is peeking through the paint. It gives it instant soul and warmth, and it also tells a story, right? But I also love that it's unique. This desk was calling for a banker's lamp. I love the fluted white bone china shade, and the brass base is just giving. I gotta admit, it wasn't the cheapest. Set me back $70, but it will last me forever. All the years of entertaining and having a guest room ready for my guest, I've always wanted to add a guest book. I think it's cool. That will build personal connections and to track your visitors, of course. While I was shopping for the chair, I also came across this World Traveler. It's a planner, but you can also create memories and leave sweet notes and fun stories. But I strictly got it for the floral hydrangea pattern that's on the cover. Again, they can still use it, but I think I'm gonna go on a hunt for another notepad. This is geared more for the ladies. A few essentials, cleaning wipes for them to remove their makeup, some hand sanitizer, some lotion, a lint roller, some tweezers. You never know. I'll be stocking up more, but this is just a starter for now. I also added our cards. They're not only for decoration, they actually are essential for guests to have access to our Wi-Fi connection. Our guests can scan the QR code and join the network without typing in a long password. There's also quick links to nearby coffee shops and restaurants to help our guests explore on their own. A lot of you know that my husband and I have a 40-foot RV diesel pusher that we lovingly call Big Lucy. She is definitely an extension of our home base. I've been doing some homekeeping over there, and I've already started my fall decorating, and I am more than ready for some cooler weather. I'll be having a video up later this week, so be sure to follow us here on YouTube at Glamping with the Coopers. I'll leave that link down below. I also like to give Two Pages Curtains a sincere thank you for their continued support with Be My Guest with Denise, and I'll leave their link down below as well, and I want to thank you all for watching.